Hi guys, in this video we'll be talking about types of nonfiction and how we can actually use them all in writing a nonfiction narrative essay. So there are many types of nonfiction. We've got biographies. There when we tell the story of someone's life from the perspective of another writer. For example, I am going to write on the life of Qaeda Azam or something. Then there are autobiographies. They're basically when you tell the story of the author's life and reflect the writer's thought and feelings about it. For example, if I'm writing it, I'm going to write about my life. You're writing it, you're going to write about your life. Letters. Letters are written forms of communication from one person to another. Friendly letters, formal letters, informal letters. Journals and diaries, they're basically the records of daily events and writers' thoughts and feelings about them. For example, you went to a jungle or you went to a specific place and you wrote about it, or anything that happened in your day-to-day routine. Then there are essays and articles. They basically be written works about a specific topic, any topic you want to write on. Purpose is to explain, persuade, or inform the audience. Then there are informational texts. They're written documents such as textbooks, applications, instructions, and articles. Then there are specific elements that should be there. Nonfiction deals with the real people, events, and ideas, not fictional people who actually exist. It's actually narrated from the point of view of or perspective of the author, who is the real person, not someone who is not really there. It presents facts and discusses concepts, and it reflects the historical context of the time period, including references to major social and cultural informations which are true. Okay, the personal essay format is used for articles or OPD pieces or book reviews or complaint letters or court statements or physiological musings or declarations of love. The job of the essay is to give the readers the feeling that the narrator is on the edge of discovering something about herself, others, or the situation. Okay. The specific characteristics, the presence of the author is felt as if he's there in the story or whatever you're writing. Engagement with the writer and the world. All right, the world should be there. The writer's self-discovery and exploration of self, how he discovered about certain facts, must do both the showing and telling of the story. The story should be shown as well as told. It shows writer's authority. It shows the sense of intelligence when creating plot, quest, engagement of reader, or end payoff. Personal narrative tips I'm giving you. No one is going to give them. The place to look for the voice of your narrative is within yourself. You're supposed to look for it among yourself. To create a real world essay, you don't have to be sensitive, rational, or reasonable. The writer will be considered an explorer, charting new territory and writing from the heart, coming from your heart, from the bottom of your heart. If using an anecdote, make sure to provide context. Don't make up what didn't happen, okay? Don't come up with something which wasn't true, but recreate what did happen in a way that is faithful to what you think happened. Write it in a much persuasive way. Commit all ideas. Paper, you can use a draft. It's upon you, it's not really important. Okay, understand the story will change and morph as it develops. The audience may not reach any great conclusions or profound insights as long as the writer sees something fresh in the story. Okay, the strength of an essay comes from the connection of the reader feels with the writer. Whatever the writer was feeling when he was writing, or whenever he was there in that situation, the reader should feel it. Writers discover who they are by who they were, who they are at the moment, and what they will be. In nonfiction, you must construct a realistic reel, not something which is not true with the storytelling, but there will be also interpretation, commentary, analysis, reflection, opinions, and viewpoints. Must be failed to memories of events, characteristics, actions, and what might have been said. The narrator for nonfiction is essentially the writer. Okay, remember this. Slight distortions and minor exaggerations are allowed, but not more than that. Make sure the writer's presence or persona is felt in the story. This is just a quote. You want to read it, you can read it. Then there are certain elements of nonfiction. Scenes. Scenes that change and make sense. You cannot repeat a scene over and over again. You have to change them. Use narration between moments of drama. Okay, narration is very important. Break narration up and do not give too much. Little narration makes your story look much better. Images. Give visuals, pictures, and images. Create the movie in the reader's mind as if they were there when the situation took place. Mice and scene. The surroundings of the story descriptions need to be done to carry the scene forward and not just tell things where they're located. It should keep on moving. Dialogue need to be interspersed with spoken words, thoughts, interaction, tag, and pauses. Pauses can make a significant impact by making things seem more richer. You can continue them from another point when you've showed them in the story. Titles. Without titles, a story cannot be meaningful. You need to add color, but do not add it in an extra way. Narrative drive. Make sure there is meaning, there is direction, and there is a purpose. Without a purpose, a story is not needed. Now, the parts. The beginning should start with a hook, something which is very interesting, which makes the reader read your story. If your starting is not interesting, no one's going to move forward. Show the reader the story is worth their time. Who is going to waste time reading a story which is not interesting? Nobody. First line is critical because it is where the reader will decide whether they should continue reading or not, and where the writer is made. It sets the direction the essay will move towards and may reveal the theme. It's upon you for the theme situation. Okay, the middle of the essay is where the story opens out. Grows in possibilities in the story is found and refined. The basic part of the story where everything takes place, where the story unfolds, where the theme is revealed, where arguments are there coming over and over again, where different examples are shown, where evidence is sorted, where analysis is done, where antidotes are used, where we reflect, and where we add fictional techniques are utilized. Okay, the ending brings the story to a final point, leaves the reader with a sense of completeness. When the story ends with a good note, it's dependent upon the story whether it should end on a good or a bad note, but it should be complete. Last thing is the reader sees it. Should leave resonance, can save a so-so essay. Okay, sense of completion should be there. Now, if you're preparing a draft first, there's certain ideas, a word, a thing, an event, a question, or conflict about a subject can act as a catalyst for the story. Catalyst is the main thing. Looking within oneself to find quirks and oddities. Anything that you can oppose can take a stance on. Telling readers something they already know in their hearts but have never actually put to words, or telling them what they don't know. Okay, that's all for the video. I hope you are clear about it. See you all next time.